Hey guys, I'm Jocelyn, pelvic floor physical therapist and the owner of the Vagina Doc Physical Therapy and Wellness. And in this mini training, I'm going to give you 3 strategies for a stronger core and pelvic floor. 3 things you need to know when approaching your workout so that you can essentially get the most out of what you're currently doing. Number 1 is be in tune to signs or symptoms that are where your body's telling you that you're losing out on something from a fitness perspective. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you're peeing during your workouts, if you have heaviness after your workouts, or if you feel like when you do that core exercise, you're not getting anything, you're not feeling it in your core, it's just something feels off. Pay attention to those things. And maybe you might not be peeing during your workouts, but you're peeing when you sneeze later on, or when you have a really full bladder, if you're not right next to the bathroom, or maybe you have to go to the bathroom before you start to work out. Those are little whispers from your body telling you that you are potentially not maximizing what you're currently doing in the gym and outside the gym. Number 1. So number 2, learn about the deep core. So what is the deep core? The deep core is the part of the core muscles that enable the outer core and then the rest of your body to work efficiently. Basically, this system of muscles keep your spine in a stable position to allow your limbs to move as you are doing a lunge and moving your arms. Otherwise, if your deep core isn't online, some of that force is lost along maybe somewhere in your legs, or it doesn't go across your body. Well, the deep system helps set your body up to maximize what you're doing. What is it? Well, think of it like your house. The foundation of your house is your pelvic floor. So the pelvic floor is separated into 3 layers, and what you see on the outside is layer 1. Layer 2 is also kind of what you see on the outside, and layer 3 is deep within the pelvis. Layer 3 is actually the deep core part, the foundation. The roof of your house is the diaphragm, okay? So when you breathe, when you're going through your workouts, breathing matters, and not holding your breath is really key. And how do you use your diaphragm? Well, I want you to think about your diaphragm as an umbrella. I'll come back to it once I tell you the rest of the deep core. The walls, you guys, are the tiny muscles that sit in your back called the multifidi, and then the corset muscle that go around called the transversus abdominis. Those 4 muscle groups work together as hopefully equal teammates to allow for effective tension deep within your body, specifically kind of between your abdominals, what a lot of people think of, so that force can go across diagonally and you could be connected with your lower quarter and your upper quarter. So how do you access the deep core? Well, let's start with the diaphragm, since I kind of already started describing it. Think of your diaphragm like an umbrella. You wouldn't want an umbrella that had a prong or whatever that wasn't working well, and that when you opened it, it wasn't fully opening. Same thing with your diaphragm. So first thing I want you to do is breathe. If you breathe like that and your stomach goes in like this, stop. Place your hands here and here. Take a deep breath in through your nose and from the front. Notice nothing happened here. What you couldn't see is that I expanded here. I expanded here and here equally. Now bring your hands here. Take a deep breath. Notice it goes out and it kind of goes back. So I'm expanding here, 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 and my full umbrella is coming open. Now as I exhale, I'm going to control the exhalation. And you can do that differently. You can breathe out through your nose, you can blow out through your mouth, but you're not just breathing like a dog. Pelvic floor. I want you to imagine you had two beans, one bean in your vaginal opening, the other bean in your anus opening. You're going to squeeze your muscles around the bean. That helps you engage the outer layers of the pelvic floor, or think stop the flow of urine. But that's not enough. I want you to think about lifting the bean up into the canals with your pelvic floor muscles. So you're squeezing around the beans and pulling those beans inward, and you're doing both at the same time, the anus and the muscles that support the vaginal walls, the pelvic floor muscles. This isn't your glutes. It's not your inner thighs. You're not tilting your pelvis. No movement here. You shouldn't be, I shouldn't know you're doing it. Like right now I'm doing it, but you wouldn't know. That's your pelvic floor. Now, the transversus abdominis. First thing you guys need to know, you can't effectively train this muscle and this system if you're always tightened. If you're always sucking your belly in, you gotta let it go. Let it hang. I won't make you do it on camera. Lucky we're not live. But you're gonna let your belly hang, let it all out, and then you're gonna imagine there was a string attached from your belly button to your spine. I typically have people take a mirror here, lay on their side, and they're watching. And you're gonna pull your belly button straight inward. From the side, if I just let it hang. As I watch your belly button, as you watch your belly button, the belly button shouldn't go up and in, it shouldn't go down and in, I just want it in. Sometimes it helps to think gentle pelvic floor contraction, then draw the belly button in. And notice you're not picking up a 200-pound dumbbell or barbell, so you don't have to go all in. You just go just a little bit. The harder you try, the more the outer core is going to work, like your obliques. While that's appropriate for other things, just for this task, you don't need it. Then you're going to hold that position, count out loud to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then gradually let your belly out. It shouldn't be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It shouldn't be, you see pulsation of your belly button, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should be able to count low. You should be able to count high. All different variabilities of your counting, and be able to maintain that. And if not, that's an area to start working on. Now, so by speaking, we work with the diaphragm system. And I didn't tell you this, but this is important. When you draw your belly button in, you're not inhaling. I don't want you to inhale, at least at first go. So I introduced the pelvic floor. I introduced you to the transverse abdominis. I introduced you to the diaphragm. Don't worry about the multifidus for this video. Now, I want you to perform your favorite core exercise. Let's say if it's a plank. And I want you to just do a plank without thinking about it. So if I demonstrate really quick right here, that's my mic. This is just me doing it. And I'm just thinking neutral spine. Now I'm going to think deep core, gentle pelvic floor, gentle belly button in, and then I'm gonna breathe. Maybe I want to experiment with my patients or my clients, and I want them to feel, what do they feel most connected? Then we'll try just pelvic floor only. We'll try belly button in only. We'll try all together. We'll try different variations of breathing habits. Everyone's gonna be different. But the idea is seeing and trying different things and then applying that to different movements. So that brings me to my third suggestion or third tip, is apply the deep system when you're performing core exercises. Or if you're newly postpartum and you're really here and you're getting back into exercise, you're set an intention of your pace or whatever difficulty of activity is that you are going to choose the scale that allows you to access your deep core. And when you're accessing your deep core, you can breathe. That is your biggest, if you can't feel anything, go by your breathing. If you'd like more information, there's a couple ways that you can learn more. You can follow me on Instagram at @the.vaginadoc. You can join my private community on Facebook, the Pelvic Floor Support Group for Female Athletes and the & sign, and Active Women. If you need that link, reach out to me on Facebook, Jocelyn Conley, and I'll send you that link. Other ways you can access me, visit my website, www.thevaginapt.com. You can send me an email, jocelynconleypt.com. I'd love to answer whatever questions you have. In summary, 3 things for a stronger core and pelvic floor. Number 1, be aware that leaking urine, heaviness, gas, not being able to stop gas, pain, all of those are whispers from your body that you're not necessarily effectively using your deep core, deep system. 2, deep core, learn about it, love it, learn how to relax your belly, and now carry that into your workouts. Number 3, pace your workouts by your ability to incorporate the deep core and see if different components changes the way that you approach a movement. Does it help? Hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you have an awesome workout today. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next time.